Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Whenever you are viewing this, I hope that you are excited and ready for the new semester to occur. My name is Sarah Pengel. I'm an academic advisor and I'm over top of the Career Services department. So please join me as I get you geared up for the semester. We're going to go over some information you might know. We're going to dig in a little deeper on some things you might not know. And we're going to make sure that you are as ready for the semester as possible. So hang with me. Here we go. We're going to go over college resources, academic resources, student support programs, how to get involved, which is the fun side of college, staying connected. And if you do need a campus tour, I believe we're going to be having some welcome desks during the week, tables with snacks and all kinds of stuff. There's going to be a scavenger hunt, and you should be able to get a campus tour or at least have somebody show you around a little bit and find your classes. Canvas is your learning management system where your instructors are going to be able to post the syllabi, assignments, videos, discussion boards, all those things for you to be successful in your college career. SIS is the student information system. This is where all of your important information is housed regarding your academics, your personal information, all those things. Navigate is a new system that we're using that integrates with SIS and pulls a lot of information directly from there. Your student Gmail is a very important thing to remember that you need to be checking. Once the semester starts, you need to be checking it multiple times a day in order to make sure that you are ready to go. If your professor has to cancel class for some reason, or things have to be moved online, different things like that, Gmail is going to be where we'll contact you. You have Google Drive, which is where you can do file sharing. I like to use it in lieu of a flash drive. I don't carry one of those around anymore. So you can put all your stuff there. Follett is the bookstore. If you need your books, you can go right into this tile and it'll pull all your information and pop out a list of what you need for books. BrainFuse is a 24/7 tutoring software, so you can use that in the middle of the night if you need to. You can also set up meetings with tutors from LFCC specifically in Navigate. So just making sure that you have looked at all of these applications and know what you have access to. When you go into SIS, it's going to show you these three tiles. So your student information, it's going to show your student ID and your username right here. Obviously, help and FAQs, and then Navigate, you can get into it here. If you click on my student information, it's going to give you access to a lot of different tools. So in your orientation, we should have gone over all of this stuff that's in your student center, but just to reiterate, your message center is here. If it has a number next to it, it means you have a message you need to check. If you have holds, those keep you from registering for classes. To-do list is something you need to complete in order for your financial aid to be completed. So make sure you're taking care of those. This is going to have a number once you've registered for classes, and you'll be able to look at the breakdown, apply for payment plans, look at your financial aid once it's been awarded, and then you can make a payment here as well. Down here in this corner, it's going to tell you who your advisor is and what their phone number is so that you can contact them directly. But you can also set up an appointment with them through Navigate. So you need to know the correct term. So you're starting fall 2021. You need to know the subject and the course number. So if you're taking my public speaking course, it's going to be CST 100. And you'll need to put that into the site. And then you can choose by campus. So if you want to be in person, you're going to want to make sure that you filter out campuses. And then select the mode of instruction. If you want it to be online, you need to make sure that you choose that in person. It just makes it easier to see if you can filter some of those options out. Then there are some additional search criteria. You can look for different meeting times, days, and different sessions. So when we say sessions, we mean that we offer our classes in 14-week, 12-week, first 7, and second 7-week courses. That is particularly important if you are looking for MTEs for the semester, so that you can choose the correct session, especially if you're planning on taking 3 of them in one semester. You'll take MTE 1 the first 5 weeks, MTE 2 the second 5 weeks, and MTE the third 5 weeks. Okay, if you go into My Planner, which is also on there, you can go down the screen to Academic Planning, and you can see the required courses for your major. You can view the progress of your major, which is really exciting. And then you can use the feature to plan. So you can make sure that you're getting the courses in the right semester. Sometimes courses are only offered in the spring or only offered in the fall. We want to make sure that you are staying on track. And of course, your advisor is there to guide you and make sure that you are on the right track. So none of those things trip you up along the way. You can see under My Planning, you can plan what courses to take. When you're viewing your shopping cart, you can see what you already have planned out and put in your shopping cart, and then finish enrolling. And then on the record side, you can do all kinds of things with your record. You can view your grades, course history, request official transcripts. So if you are planning to transfer somewhere, you need to pull an official transcript. They will mail it directly to them, sealed and ready to go. You can view your unofficial transcripts. So sometimes institutions will say, we'll take an unofficial transcript to begin, and then later, once you have everything completed, submit your official one. So sometimes they'll give you acceptance only if you complete it, as long as you complete on the right track, and then you submit the official one at the end. And then of course, viewing your academic requirements, making sure that your courses are applying where they need to apply. And what I mean by that is, if you're taking an English class and you want it to apply to your literature requirement, you need to make sure that it's actually popping in there and not in a humanities section, because it could fit in 2 different places. And then applying for graduation, of course, which is the goal. Okay, so when you're looking at finances, as I mentioned earlier, you can see if you have any outstanding tuition payments. You can check on your financial aid, and then make sure that you're checking your message center for important messages that are coming in.
Welcome to the Financial Aid Office. The world of financial aid can feel daunting, but it doesn't have to be. Our dedicated staff is here to help. Here is what you need to know to get started. The first place to start is the FAFSA. This free online application takes about 30 minutes to complete. This one application shows us your eligibility for federal grants, state grants, and federal loans. Once completed, it's sent to LFCC for processing, typically in about 7 to 10 business days. To get started, just go to www.fafsa.gov and then click Start Here. Once LFCC has processed your FAFSA, we will update you about your status via your message center and student email, so be sure to check those both frequently. If we request additional information, provide that to us as soon as possible. Depending on the time of year, processing of paperwork can take between 1 to 4 weeks, or sometimes longer if you have unusual circumstances. We encourage you to check our frequently asked questions page too. There's a lot of great information to guide you through the process from beginning to end. We also encourage you to apply for scholarships, both with LFCC and in the community. By completing the 5-minute general application, you'll be auto-matched to any of our 180 scholarships. There are also a few special ones with additional questions or essays listed on the recommended page. Once the priority application is passed, we will take the rest of the month of April to process them. Then notify students in May via their LFCC student email if awarded. Be sure to check your email even if you aren't taking classes during that time, so you don't miss out. To apply for LFCC scholarships, go to lfcc.edu/scholarship. Then click here to apply. Once it navigates you to the scholarship website, you'll hit sign in and use your MyLFCC username and password to sign in to start the general application. If you need additional assistance navigating the FAFSA, applying for loans, or scholarships, please reach out to us. We have 24/7 support available at lfcc.edu/FA-help.
It is never too late to apply for financial aid and scholarships. So just because she mentioned April and May, don't worry about that. Go ahead and apply, and she can go through and she checks that stuff all the time. And if you qualify, she will send you an email and let you know. I had a student that was concerned about how she was going to pay for books, and she contacted me, and I sent her to Caitlin, and Caitlin got her to apply for scholarships, and she was awarded a $2,500 scholarship. So I can't tell you the kind of burden that takes off of a student when you can really help them. So make sure that you're applying for scholarships. And yes, again, just to say this over and over again, make sure you're completing your to-do list and taking care of any holds if you have those. All right, so for Navigate is our newer system, and it has information about to-dos and events, and you can set up appointments. So if you go back to this page here and you click on the appointments button, you're going to be able to set up an appointment with an advisor, academic support and tutoring to meet with a tutor. And then you're going to choose which category. So if you've already had your new student appointment, you're never going to need to have another new student appointment. So you would be considered a current student at that time. So make sure that you go into Navigate and you opt in for your email notifications. And then make sure to go in and set up your text messaging and the email feature so that we can make sure that our important information is getting directly to you. Under the My Major, this gives you more information about where your major can lead you, where your program can get you, and any information about salary. So make sure that you're looking and exploring all those things and learning as much as you possibly can about your future careers and where you want to go. Canvas. Canvas is your learning management system that I mentioned earlier. And when you get into there, you're going to be able to submit assignments through Canvas. You're going to be able to email people and your instructors and other students. It's going to be where all of your assignments go for most classes. Even in in-person class, that is what I like to use to keep everything straight so that you can see all your grades as I'm finished grading. It's really helpful, and it has to-do lists and upcoming so that you can see things as they're coming due. Down here it mentions it's not building with Canvas, I believe it's growing with Canvas. And so you want to take that student tutorial, no matter what it's called. You're going to want to take that student tutorial and just find your way around Canvas. It's pretty intuitive and user-friendly, but if you need any help, you should reach out to our ITO office because they're amazing and they'll help you with anything you need. There is a help button in Canvas that will direct you to them to ask questions. As I mentioned, there's your help button, and you can get Canvas support, all kinds of things here. Ask a Librarian is really, really helpful for you. And then down here is BCCS resources. As a student, you have access to Office 365 and all of the applications that come with it, which means, excuse me, you don't have to download anything extra unless you want to. And you go in, you use your VCCS credentials, and you're able to have Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, all those things are right there in the browser. And then if you want to download them to, let's say you have a personal Mac or a PC computer that you need to use, you can download it so that you can use the desktop clients for those. So really great resource for you to use. So you're going to want to meet with your academic advisor. You go into Navigate and you set up an appointment with them. You're going to talk about all the things with your academic advisor. They can do virtual appointments. They can do in-person appointments. This is somebody who you should really get to know and know well, because they're going to be able to send you resources and recommend things for you. If you know that you want to go to Radford or JMU in the future, tell your advisor and they can put a tag on your account. And when, you know, maybe a transfer trip comes up for Radford, or maybe they're going to be here with a transfer table, I will be able to forward that information onto you so that you don't miss out. So you're going to log into your My LFCC. You're going to go to SIS, My Student Information. You're going to select Academic Records, and then you're going to choose My Academic Requirements from the drop-down menu. Under this, you're going to be able to, under your academic requirements, you're going to be able to see what courses you still have outstanding. Your advisor can also pull this for you. So if you want to sit down and work with an advisor, and you could do this on your own and then send your advisor an email and say, hey, can you look at the classes I'm enrolled in and make sure that I'm good to go for the semester? There's nothing worse than getting into a semester and realizing that you signed up for the wrong thing, or you ended up in the wrong place. So make sure that you're working with your advisor. Under academic records, you can also request your official transcripts, view your unofficial transcripts and course history, and run a what if report. A what if report is really cool. It's like if you are in our system as in the cybersecurity program, and maybe you want to see how the classes you've already taken and what you plan to do, what it looks like if you were to change your program to something else. You can run a what if report, and it will pull all of the courses that you currently have over and show you what you would have left in order to complete that other degree. That is an invaluable resource. We use it to pull and help students all the time. And then you can also apply for graduation. In orientation, you should have learned the difference between a drop and withdrawal, but just to reiterate that information, a drop is something that happens within the first few days of class. It's enough to get into the courses and kind of see what the workload is going to be, and then decide to maybe back off of your schedule a little bit. It's not going to impact you except if you drop below full-time and you're receiving financial aid. That's the time that you need to speak to financial aid to make sure that you're still covered. But otherwise, it disappears. It's not an issue. If you paid for the course, you're going to get a refund. If you decide to go past that drop date, the next important date to note is the withdrawal date. The withdrawal date is in October for a 14-week course. It's about 60% of the way through the course, and maybe something happened. We understand life happens, family happens, work happens, you know, different things happen throughout your life. And there are times when you can't avoid, you know, failing a course. And we have ways to keep that from happening. But if it's something that you can't reroute in time, you can withdraw from a course. It's not going to affect your GPA, which is great. And you're not going to get your money back. But where it does help is if, say I'm taking one program and I needed this math class and I didn't do well in it, but I withdrew from the course. It's not going to affect my GPA. So if I change my program and I no longer need that course, it's not a big deal. I can just move on from it. If I accepted the F in the course, but now I'm in a program that doesn't need it, that's where you get into trouble, because now you have to decide if you're going to retake the course and you have to pay for it out of pocket, or if you're going to let the F hold on to your GPA, and they do drag it down. So make sure that you're really thinking about those things as you go through. And this is the academic calendar which was mentioned in your orientation. As you can see, we've got our courses broken down into different sessions. This is the withdrawal date. This is the drop date. So you can see they are vastly, vastly different. One thing I want to note is November 2nd appeared on here. That is election day. So please make sure that you are not showing up to the campus on election day and that you're actually going and voting. Student alerts. So in the system, instructors can go in and send you kudos if you're doing really well in a class. And they can also send alerts if you're not doing what you need to do, if they haven't seen you in a long time. And there are going to be a lot more of those, because instructors are really going to be paying attention to you and what's happening to you. If you stop turning in assignments, they're going to reach out and contact you to try to keep you on board. We're trying really hard to retain our students. So if you do receive something like this, talk to your advisor, talk to your instructor. We are here to help you, and we want to make you as successful as possible. So please don't think of those as a bad thing. Please think of them as something that we're trying to do to make you be successful and to help you along. Follow up with your student alerts. Check your student email for your messages. Follow through with instructions given to you by instructors and your advisors. After you follow through with instructions, reach out to your advisor with feedback from your instructor. Keep us all in the loop. We want to be a part of your success, and we want to get to know you personally and help you along. Tutoring. Again, we have tutoring through LFCC, through Navigate Student. You can go in and schedule appointments. Lots of subjects covered by our tutors, online option and face-to-face. BrainFuse is all online. You can do it anytime, and they do essay writing assistance. So this is just showing you again how to sign up for tutoring services at LFCC, and that's through Navigate. And then academic honesty. This is very important. I had an instructor in college one time talk about how, if I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'm completing the assignments and following academic honesty and not cheating and not plagiarizing, but the person next to me is, and they're getting away with it, it cheapens my degree, because they didn't have to do what they were supposed to in order to get through. So this is a high standard of work. This is a very serious thing. Please make sure that you are citing correctly. And if you need help with that, seek help from an advisor or your instructor. You are not supposed to give or receive, offer or solicit unauthorized assistance for any exam or assignment. So if your instructor says work alone and you go and work in a group, that is the same thing as being dishonest. So please don't do that. And then this is something when you sign on to LFCC through your application, you agree to this. I have neither given nor received unauthorized assistance on this assignment. So as you can see, we have a really good mission for helping students. We will decide to meet with them and hook them up with outside resources. And you can read what's on there. Protocols, go to see something, say something, and turn it in there, or talk to your advisor or your instructor, whoever you feel comfortable with coming to, and they can submit it on your behalf, however you'd like to do it. If you previously have had an accommodation through high school or a documented disability, you can work with Accommodations and Disability Services. And then these are the contact for them. Vivi is with TRIO, and Heather Miller is our disability coordinator. So you can reach out to them directly. And then if you're struggling to make ends meet, Single Stop is what we have in place to help those students. So food, healthcare, housing, transportation, utility bills, anything like that, go to lfcc.edu/wecare and we'll hopefully get you some assistance. I like to talk a lot about TRIO, and TRIO is specifically for Middletown. TRIO serves 160 students. You have to only meet one of these criteria. So first generation, which I mentioned earlier, is your parents don't have bachelor's degrees. Low income, I'm not even sure what the threshold for that is, and somebody with a documented disability. Apply for TRIO. Go to lfcc.edu/TRIO. There's also a paper application in their back office. You must be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, but that's all you need. And they are the wraparound service that helps you. And I like to say that it's sort of like when I was in college, my parents were really, really excited for me and supportive of me, but they hadn't been to college, so they didn't know all of the ins and outs of paperwork and where to go and how to fill out the FAFSA and all those things. And a TRIO advisor provides that service for those students. They act as the person who comes in and says, fill out this paperwork, take it to this office, complete this. And they're the ones who help you get through there. And that program is really, really successful. And if you want to graduate and you fit into those criteria, go ahead and apply for TRIO because they will get you through. Path to Success is sort of the TRIO of Fauquier. Very similar ways of supporting people. They're called different things because they're under different funding streams. So if you're in kind of the same boat as somebody who would qualify for TRIO, make sure you apply. It's lfcc.edu/pathapply. And then you can email Julie Fainter, Fainter at lfcc.edu with more information. But that's a really wonderful program that we now have over there. See something, say something, as I mentioned earlier. You can report concerns. They have different teams that do different things, depending on what the report says. You can go straight to it from the main page. There's a tab across the top that says see something, say something, or you can go to lfcc.edu/SSSS or For immediate emergencies, obviously, suicidal threat, homicidal or threatening behavior, any of these things that you know are emergencies, call 911, and then you can contact campus police. So at Middletown, it's 868-SAFE. If you're at Fauquier or Vint Hill and that's the only number you remember, call it. It's okay because they have direct lines to Fauquier and Vint Hill. Campus police, they help with just about anything. Car troubles, You lock your keys in your car, need a jump, car on fire, go and see our campus police. They also have the lost and found. They're the ones who will get you your parking decal, so bring your license plate number. Your student ID, you'll need to pull up your schedule on your phone. They will escort you to your car if you need assistance in the evening. Maybe it's dark outside, maybe you feel unsafe. They will walk you out to your car. And they're also really friendly and they give good advice. So make sure that they know who you are and you know who they are. We have food pantries at both Middletown and Fauquier. You can go to lfcc.edu/food pantry and they will put together bags for you and you just show up and grab your food and head on out. Canned goods, snack items, personal hygiene. I know that they have like pasta sauce and cereals and different things like that. So please use it. There's no restrictions and no limits. Getting involved, student life. We have all kinds of stuff to get involved in. So please, 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 no matter your age, no matter all students, all shapes, sizes, colors, everything can be involved in student life. We encourage everyone to get involved. A lot of things you can bring your kids to. We have picnics, mystery buses, therapy animals, themed events, so Black History Month, Women's History Month, Juneteenth, LGBTQIA+, clubs and organizations. Those are just a few student government, student ambassadors, the STEM Club, which is science, technology, engineering, math. Phi Theta Kappa is an honor society. You may get an email after a semester or two that invites you to join. Please do that. There's lots of great incentives for that. Student Nurses Association, English Club. If there's a club that you want to start that we don't have, please start it. Get it going. That looks great on a resume too. We are still going to have a virtual presence. So we'll have mentalists, poets, comedians, magic, leadership workshops, movie bingos, you name it. We've got stuff for all students, online or not. Co-curricular, we work with instructors to bring different things. So we have an author talk series, which is really fascinating. Trivia challenges, field trips. We're also in charge of transfer visits. So we go to different campuses. We've been to George Mason and Radford, Virginia Tech, ODU, you name it. We've probably been there before. So keep your ear to the ground on those things. And then rec, we are starting an esports program, which I'm really excited about. Right now we have the Smash Brothers Club and they meet every Wednesday. They want to compete. We also want to have competitive teams and intramural teams. We'll have intramural events like ping pong or basketball, and then we can have club sports. So make sure that you're getting involved in student life. We also have a lot of volunteering that we like to do. So these are just some of the organizations that we work with on a regular basis. If there's another organization you want to work with, please come and see us and we'll get it going. So if you want to connect with student life and engagement, email engage@lfcc.edu. There's also the website, lfcc.edu/studentlife, where we post everything. So if you didn't sign up for LFCC Alert, I encourage you to pull out your phone right now. Mom, dad, husband, wife, whoever can sign up for LFCC Alerts. It's all lowercase, LFCC Alert. Text that to 26787 and you should get a confirmation message back to you. And it will send you messages when something's happened on campus that we need you to know about. So power has been restored. Email access has been restored. Due to inclement weather, we will be closed. Those types of things. Your student Gmail, that's what it kind of looks like. Make sure that you're checking that on a regular basis. I don't think I can tell you enough. Leo's weekly update. It's the Engage email that you receive every Monday. There's a whole list of events and activities, transfer information, and I believe that there's going to be some hidden ways to win prizes just by reading the email. So make sure that you're reading the email. We're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and more. That's all I have for you today. If you have any more questions, please feel free to email myself or your advisor to follow up. There will be wristbands on campus that allows you to be safe. Right now, we are requiring everybody wear masks regardless of vaccination status. We haven't implemented social distancing yet, so this may still be something that you want to have kind of as like a, you know, please stay away from me, or like I'm cool with elbows. We want everybody to feel comfortable and safe on campus. So make sure you get your wristbands so you can let everybody know.